It is August 19th, 2024, and this is in respite of the whole Justin Bieber issue with the stalking and spell work. And, you know, it's a story basically, of someone trying to, I guess he had this ideal that he wanted to like destiny swap with another person. But I mean, when you look at the facts, like people like Justin, like they need psychological evaluations, you know? It reminds me like growing up. When you're growing up, you say, "Oh, I want to be like Michael Jordan. I want to be like a basketball player," or you wanted to be like a person. I've never heard of someone saying, "I want to be that actual person." That's what I find to be really creepy about this situation. Like how these weirdos think. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Justin Bieber. You're a weirdo. You know? The spell work that manifested is basically my old timeline in regards to my old past life. It's all in regards to the details of my past life. You know, this is what they're playing around with on social media. Because all of a sudden, Haley, you're what, 5, 6 months pregnant, and like 2 days ago, you're announcing that you gave birth to a baby, and then the same day, it says, "Oh, Justin went to a party." I thought you guys were at the Waldorf hotel. I thought you were over there, Justin. Now all of a sudden you're partying for someone's birthday, and now all of a sudden Haley's birthing a child. Do you see the confusion? That's what I'm trying to say is spell work. It's not real. And people need to recognize the difference between clickbait and spell work. They're spell work videos. This is what they're doing. I don't appreciate. I'm gonna tell you something, Justin. You were born in 1994. You weren't born in the era, you know, the 2000s era. So you doing spell work on my past life, like you're creepy. You're a weirdo, man. You need psychological help. This is all about what the devil is doing. God's not in you doing spell work on my life. God's not in that. No. You have psychological problems and you have psychiatric problems at the same time. Because I've never heard of someone actually saying they want to be an actual person. Like you want to morph yourself into becoming into another person's body. Ugh. Yeah, I don't want to know you, Justin. He's a weirdo. Weird. And that's when like they never really accepted themselves. Growing up as a child, he never accepted himself. As a teenager, he never accepted himself. You can just tell based on your actions, your ideals about you going to practitioners, paying because you want to be me, right? It just proves you never accepted your own mother, your own father. You never accepted the hand that was dealt with you out of life. And this is how God has to judge you. God, the Most High, has to judge you on the basis of you doing all this fake ass spell work. It's not real. And you know what makes it even worse? He's posting it all on the internet for everyone to see. It is all evidence of spell work, manipulation. Every video that's not true to your own timeline is spell work. All that sociopathy, making up fake stories to post online. A lot of celebrities, they don't even do that anymore. They don't. That was of old. But I'm here to tell you, Justin, when it comes to my past life, within like the last 10 years, 20 years, it's been done. So I don't know who the hell you thought you were in this lifetime to be raising up old past life situations in regards to my life's details and the timeline of my life. You trying to relive something. You trying to relive a timeline that you of my life. That's what you're doing. And he thinks he's normal. You think that's normal behavior? Huh? You think that's normal, a normal action? I mean, when you look at the details of it, like it goes beyond the scope of a music career. We're talking about someone with deep psychological defects, Justin. You're defective, meaning that your ticker is not working properly. Your brain is not working properly. You know? God, the Most High showed me yesterday that he went to some practitioner. That's what the Most High showed me, you know? Still trying to do spell work on my life. That's how sick he is. I'm trying to tell you, like, you didn't have my past life. So I don't know why are you online trying to recreate my life? My past life. It's been done. You can't talk about what I went through in my past. In the 2000s. That's not your life. You had a different time. In the year 2000s, where were you, Justin? You were here in California, weren't you? These people, you're a crazy lunatic. And you know you're abusing resources. When it comes to paying practitioners because you want my life, you're abusing that resource. It's not even supposed to be a resource because it's not even the truth. Those practitioners have to go down, just like how you need to go down. The practitioners are crazy and you're crazy. These are the factors, you know. This all ties into, you know, if people check videos from, like, you know, 1970s, 1980s, you know, when the cities were just starting to create, and then you had those timelines of the original peoples, the faces of them. It was usually tied to the faces and the names and last names of the original people when it comes to the cities, you know. It's like he's mad because he didn't fit the scope of Canada. He was a karmic. He was just someone that was around the situation, but he wasn't like a divine character historically, you know. But you trying to you trying to push my information on the line online still. It still makes you a piece of garbage, Justin. You're still nothing. I want him to understand you're still nothing. And the more God spirit keeps telling me, you went to a practitioner yesterday and the practitioner said no, and you still said I don't care. I want to do it anyway. That's what spirit revealed to me. And this is how I know I am dealing with a mentally deranged individual. I'm dealing with somebody who has like brain deficiencies. I'm talking about Justin Bieber. You're deficient. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. What I'm experiencing with this case here, it's not something to play around with. I was saying it in another video, you know, it reached a level of like psychopathy, and this is what it's running more in alignment to all those weird forms of mental illness, right? Because if you completely refuse to claim who you are in your own spirit and truth, that means you're anti-God and you're anti-self, Justin. You putting all these videos about my timeline in the past, it makes you a dumb person, actually. It just you going to all these practitioners, it just means that you lack. Whew, Lord. He lacks in so many ways. You don't understand. It's dangerous dealing with people who lack empathy for others. It's dangerous dealing with people who don't look they don't view another person as a human being because they're not human themselves. They're not they don't operate their lives in a normal type of human functioning, you know? So yeah, you need to stay away from me. All this stalking and stuff, Justin, you need to stay away from me. You're crazy. These are and he's a classic narcissistic energy vampire. He's not living in any form of truth. It's just a whole bunch of manipulation, you know? And it looks like he goes and gaslights the practitioners that he tried to pay. I just have to have her energy. That's like so sick. I'm middle aged now, but I'm telling you, from the day I was small, I've never ever wanted to be somebody else. We strive to be like a person. If you see, um I'm just using like Michael Jordan. People used to always want to strive to be Michael Jordan. He's like, a big famous basketball player. Man, I wish I had those abilities. But we never actually wanted to actually be a person. And this is what separates me and just people like Justin and who I am as a person. There's a separation, you know? We don't deal with your type of crazy, man. When you think about it, that person, they have to have like severe mental illness before they even go to a practitioner with money. You had to be like deficient before, you know? But anyway, I don't appreciate. We all know for a fact that Haley, you didn't birth the child. Today is what, August 19th. So that would have made it August 17th or August 16th. We all know, Haley, you didn't birth the child within the last 2-3 days. We know that. Everybody knows that. And so you should have made a video about that. That makes you guys liars. And the fact that you announced that you gave birth 2-3 days ago, and then you're saying that Justin went to a party, you know, all that mess, that's all spell work. You understand me? So yeah, it's not a game. They think it still is like Hollywood clickbait game. It's not. It's evidence of spell work. It's evidence of manipulation. It's evidence of lies, and people, they're not buying it. There's a lot of people don't like him, you know. I think back in the day, when he was young, people say, oh, he's a teeny bopper, that teenage face, but now a lot of people, they're catching on to see how evil he is. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't want parts to do with you, Justin Bieber. And I'm one of them. You know what I mean? I was never your sacrifice in this lifetime. And it's that he has like no remorse. That's the dangerous part out of this. You have no remorse. You don't have empathy for me. You don't have remorse for me. That puts you right in alignment with, like, I don't even want to say the word. But that puts you right in alignment with the letter M. You understand me? Your thought process, that's abnormal. I can't have people like that, even trying to like attempt to come around me, trying to drain me for energy or trying to take resources. I can't have you anywhere around the vicinity of my life or existence, Justin. You're abnormal. We don't deal with people like that, you know? I respect the Most High. I would never. People don't go around, only like barbarians, people who they're like cave people, people with that cave mentality. Those are the only groups of people who would actually like sacrifice people in this lifetime. People who come from the Stone Ages and stuff. People came from dinosaur times who just lack a conscience. Those are the only types. So it's clear. It's clear. You can see what type of person that I'm dealing with. You know, they're sick. All your Hollywood games is whack because you did witchcraft on me. You understand me? And the Most High has to block you, Justin. The Most High has to cut you down. You're not an authentic musician. And then all this sociopathy, trying to sacrifice a black person for their black sociopathy because you're trying to give those narratives to yourself. You're an idiot for that. These people are retarded. You're retarded. Yeah, he's retarded. Out of all things, I'm just thinking from the time people they go through middle school and then high school. By the time you reach high school, you know, um, that's when they start to you start to sit down with your parents, and you start to sit down with career counselors, and you yourself you do some soul searching in terms of what angle of life you're gonna walk. What's your what kind of mind you have. You understand me? All that dwell obviously like someone who just keeps dwelling on like situations from their parents or situations from their home, it just shows that they're weak. They're already weak individuals from the beginning. Justin, you're not a strong person. You're very weak minded. You're not resilient. He's very weak. Those are people that they don't have that strength in them. They don't they don't have that mental strength at all. You know what I mean? They're sick. I'm just appalled that, life reached these points where like this is all people think that they have is just doing witchcraft on people. God is there. Like these things didn't have to happen because God is there. God is there in spirit and truth. So why would you undermine the most high, and then you're sitting down. You can't go to church and be saying, "Oh, Jesus," making prayers and whatever, and then in the same breath you're doing witchcraft on God's divine people. You're sick for that. And then you want to talk about the true and living God? You're sicko. Those are sick people. I don't want these type of people around my life. I don't want them in my energy. I don't want them trying to do anything to me. These are people that are void. These are the people in the Bible that teach us to like we're supposed to avoid them. We're not supposed to have anything to do with people like that. We don't deal with deranged people. He's like a Lord forgive me. I'm not gonna say the word, but yeah. Like you're obviously like of a lower consciousness, Justin Bieber. You know, this is the truth of the situation. You're a lower consciousness. You know what I mean? Maybe someone should do witchcraft on your mother, Patty. Huh? How would you like it if people around the city did witchcraft on your mother? Huh? Or your wife Haley? Hey, maybe people should go do witchcraft on her. These people are nothing. They're nobodies. I'm telling you. These people are nobodies. I'm just disgusted. Like everything is God sees everything. Everything's out in the open and you still I don't care. I don't care. No. Anyway, I'm just waiting for that day when the most high will just, ancestors and angels and God himself will just deal with Justin. He needs to be dealt with. No, you're not me in this life. You can't be me. And you need to stop posting on the internet that you're me, because you're not. I'm right here. Stop being a stupid idiot. They just want to project how dumb they are. You know what I mean? And it's disgusting. Anybody who made like pledges or oaths to set themselves against a black person, that's the lowest form of consciousness anybody could think of in this life. That's you didn't come from a higher consciousness. If that's all people can think of, it's 2024, and if that's all they could think of. They are of a lower value. It's not high value. They didn't come from a Christ consciousness, because we don't do that. I don't go around doing those things because I don't need to. I respect God. You know what I mean? He's sick in his head, man. It's like I'm pretty sure everybody has this type of encounter in their life. Like you reach that point when you realize, like, oh my god, like who was the person who was actually trying to affect my life? Is when you come to that realization, and it's the Most High that woke me up and said, oh my god, it's Justin Bieber. Spirit, this Holy Spirit is everything is directed towards him. That's why I'm putting these videos out. People need to hear the truth, and people need to see what he's doing. You know, Michael Jackson was his authentic self. You know, he had like a proper timeline. Like it shows from when he was a child, when he grew up, and how he was trained. You know, his parents trained them to be in the music industry. You know what I mean? Everyone, he told the truth of his life, the truth of his story. You know, a real musician, a real God fearing person would never do witchcraft on another person. If those go against so many laws in the Bible. You know, what's that one? Uh, Adulterers, witchcraft, workers of witchcraft, sorcerers. They were not enter the kingdom of God. It's in the Bible. You can't override those verses, Justin. Why are you there in West Hollywood for? All they want to do is just trash things, eh? That's all they want to do. They just want to trash resources and stuff, you know? He's a sicko. I don't believe in your bullshit. I don't. It's like, they try to like initiate, it's like they initiated the wrong person. Like, you don't initiate that type of ignorance because they just mess everything up. Justin just wanting money, that's stupid. You're stupid. You can't handle money and you can't handle resources. You're a thief. And what happens to thieves? Thieves have to lose. That's how karma works. The same way how you got it is the same way um how it has to be taken from him. You steal from God, God has to take it away. If you go overstep the boundaries of the Most High has to step in and deal with you, Justin. That's the reality of the situation. And I have to speak this is my voice to speak the truth of my life. And it's my responsibility to get rid of people like you out of my life, Justin. You're not good for me. I don't need your type of attachment. All you do is perpetuate all these different forms of hatred, different angles of hatred. Oh, I hate a black Jew so much I want to be her. I hate a black Jew so much I want to be her kid. I hate a black Jew so much I want to like gossip about her whole entire life and then um present it on the internet online and say that was my life. All these weird forms of slavery. And who are you? I'm 10 years older than you. You're nothing, Justin. That means I have ten years of experience that you don't have. But you want to be on social media trying to acting as if you're all big and bright when you're actually a buffoon. Yeah, he's a buffoon. I'm telling you, like, I love Hollywood. I'm being honest with you. I love Hollywood, but that Justin Bieber character, like, he just, mm-mm, mm-mm, no. I think, like, he's, like, the only celebrity that I hate. Like, I don't hate him. He's the only celebrity that he's just not, he's not good. He's not good for society. Like, those type of people where we just ignore, like, oh, yeah, da, 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 da. But it's like I can't ignore it because like you're doing spell work on my life. You're trying to. This reached eternity. You know. It's not an eternal matter. This is something that needs to be put away. This is not something, it doesn't reach heaven. You doing witchcraft, trying to pretend to be one of God's people, that didn't reach anywhere. That's hellbound, Justin. That's where you belong. You belong in hell. Whether you believe it or not, if you reference back the Bible as to your own behavior, you belong with the devil, bound. So the more you say that, you don't care, that it has to go on record. How much you don't care about what you're doing to one person, to a black female. All these things have to go on record. They can't claim God. Like, that doesn't make sense. You can't claim God. You can't walk around with this weird forms of arrogance and egotistical narcissism, acting as if like you made people, and you want to act like you made the world, and you want to overstep all forms of God consciousness. Are you stupid? They wanted to study the Bible, but then they wanted to use it as a war tool to attack divine people because you're low. And there's a lot of people. It was divine telling me, is that God talks to me, and it's divine telling me, is these people, they lack discipline. Is rooted in your lack of discipline. You doing witchcraft on somebody. You're unlearned and you're underachieved. You lack forms of discipline. You think everything's a fly by night. You think everything, all of life is supposed to be one big cheat. You're not supposed to own. You're not supposed to have anything. If that's how you think in your daily life, when you wake up out of your bed, all you're trying to think about is trying to find a way to get over on my life, over somebody who didn't do anything to you. That's delusional too. Eh? What do they call that? Delusions of persecution. That's what he's perpetuating in his head. Delusions of persecution. Eh? Yeah. Uh, um, I'm lazy, and I messed up my life because I was unruly and reckless. So yeah, my way of getting out of life is to blame a black person. That has to go on. That goes on record with the Most High too. That goes into your Akashic, Justin. You have a lot of bad karma. You have to face the truth and reality as to what you did to me, what you caused, the harm you caused, and how you went against my God consciousness, my God life. All of this needs to be recorded. God took record of it in heaven, but all of it needs to be recorded. At this point, it doesn't even matter if you say you believe in God or not. Based on your actions, you are antichrist. Yeah? Based on his actions and his behaviors, he's antichrist. Let it be known. But this is what I'm trying to say. I don't want people like that. That's the choices that those people make in their life, and they need to be held into account based on their own choices. And it's wickedness. Do not drag me into the choices that you made in your life. This is the problem. You want to attach me to some bad circumstance that you created over there. Cash me out, Justin Bieber. That's what you need to do. Cash me out, because I don't want nothing to do with people like you. Absolutely nothing. What he did, it doesn't make sense. It's not logical. And it shows. Everything he's doing is It's truth to facts based on his behaviors, how much he just lacks. He's just lacking in so many areas of his life, you know? I'm not responsible for you. I'm not responsible. I didn't make you. You didn't come from me. I'm not responsible for your livelihood, Justin. My life is not, I'm not responsible to finance you. You understand me? And you can't use me for finances. Let it be known. There's no collaborating. There's no working with these type of characters. There isn't. That's non-existent. This is a spiritual issue, and this deals with the Most High. My spiritual rights, it deals with the Most High, and you were never to interfere when it comes to spiritual matters in the first place. So all these fake fights, all these delusional circumstances that you try to create around my life, you need to cash me out of it, because I'm the real truth. You're the karmic liar. And people like that wanting more and more and more is useless. You're useless. You're not the only person on this planet. There's plenty of resources to go around for people who are willing to do the work. And it's just, all it is you trying to steal. It is that God can't support that, Justin. God cannot. Like, it's sickening. Like, the worst part about it, this situation, is the fact that you're doing witchcraft on me, but then you're posting it on the internet. And like, I noticed, like, he'll do, some people, like, I know America, it's all over the place. People will do witchcraft, but then it'll go away, type of thing. But him is just, with him is constant. It's a constant thing. I noticed it constantly, constantly. Why are you following me around like this? You know, you're just constantly doing witchcraft, constantly, constantly. You are the dumbest person on this planet, Justin. I have to tell you the truth. You doing that much witchcraft on one person, you are nobody. You don't exist. I said it before in another message. If you took my whole life and you're trying to put it on display like it's your life, we all know that's not the truth. And I was saying it before, you're just going around the place just being jealous, walking through somebody else's energy and being jealous of it, and you're going out there blurting shit that it doesn't resonate with you. It doesn't. You're so sickening, man. And if Haley is 5 months, 6 months pregnant, she wouldn't be having a child in August. So what are you talking about? Why are you saying that, oh, she had a child in August? She had a child 2 days ago. Why did you say that 2 days ago for? I'm saying this because you are. Let me get off this internet right now. But yeah, that was the message for today. You know that I want people to see that these fake celebrities, they're stupid. People like Justin, they're stupid. I would never ever behave that way, because God gave us everybody has their own past life, their own personal past life. Everybody has those nostalgic type of memories of their parents and where they grew up and all their experiences. Why would you go on national television talking about what I went through in my past, Justin? You're stupid as hell, man. Someone needs to tell you that you're uneducated, man. Somebody needs to tell him. Somebody. It's not a joke. It's not you, oh, well, I'm just doing this for money. No, you are very uneducated. I'm too grown. I don't want this little kid trying to attach himself to me like this. Hey, we have our own lives to live. You understand me? And this type of, I don't accept your modes of slavery, Justin. This binding, attachment, you trying to attach yourself to a black female. I don't accept you. Do yourself a favor and unattach yourself and stop trying to cord yourself to my life. That's what you need to do. Okay? I know the people who I grew up around. I know all my friends, from elementary, middle school, high school, when you went to college, your old co-workers, things like that. I still have memories, and you weren't a part of my life. I don't know you. There's no recollection of me knowing you at all when I grew up. Do yourself a favor, Justin Bieber, and go get a life. Go find your own life. That's what you need to do. Go get some psychological help. Go sit down with a psychologist and go deal with your own mentality. Go find your own mental. You need to accept the fact that God did not create you to be who I am. So stop trying to code yourself in who I am. Stop trying to steal my essence and our life stories, things like that. Stop posting it on YouTube. All those channels are fake. Stop plagiarizing me. You're creating too much fake stuff. And honest to God, like, his music is pollution. There's no substance to it. There's no substance to it. It's just like, it's just like a kid playing on the computer. Like, oh, let me just piece, little clips here together, and I'll just record a song, whatever, who cares, and just post it. You know, you lack creativity. Do you notice, like, when he was with Usher, everything was like, everything was professional, but now is garbage. He's just garbage. You're not that divine masculine that you claim to yourself to be, Justin, and you're definitely not a divine feminine. Someone needs to break that down and show you the reality of who you are. Okay? Yeah, I'm sorry I had to put these videos out because I don't want anybody on this planet to say that they're me. You cannot say that you had someone else's past life. We're in the information age, and we're in the spiritual age. So yeah, you can't, Justin. People know who I am, and people see who you are in spirit and truth. Stop trying to, you know, stop trying to like collide in terms of, you know, who I am as a person. You understand me? And whatever you want to believe, that's up to you. You understand me? But it's the fact that you're instilling harm on another person for no apparent reason, all about because you want to steal from that person because she's high vibrational and you're low vibrational. That type of scenario, it can't work out with the Most High. It just can't. I keep saying you need to return all that money back to me. These records that you want to claim. Okay, he made these big claims on social media. He's this and that and blah blah blah. You're nothing. You're absolutely nothing. You don't have the gifts. Someone needs to tell you the truth, Justin Bieber. You don't have my gifts. And when you look at the facts, you had no right to be jealous of my gifts. Just because you don't accept yourself for who you are, go find a therapist, go find a psychologist and a psychiatrist. That's what you should have done in this life. I know he's on social media and he wants people to feel sorry for him because he never accepted himself for who he is. That's stupid. Just because you have a whole bunch of mental disorders, that's not my problem. That's your own problem. Okay? Anyway, this is something else. I have to tell you the truth. Like, you imagine, like, I'm pretty sure this happened to other people as well. I'm pretty sure there's other people who probably dealing with people who are trying to like morph themselves into being something that they're not. Crazy as hell. Eh? Never in a million years, Justin Bieber. Never in 300 million years. That's stupid. Eh? He's an energy vampire. This is what's going on. He's trying to claim my old timelines from the past. Now he's literally walking on, he's actually posting online saying like, yeah, I birthed the kid. You're stupid as hell, man. These people are retards. Just because you probably had some military connection with one of these Mexicans or one of the Hispanic people, back in the day. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're them. You may have had a connection, Justin, but you're not them in blood. You're not them in spirit and truth. I know my truth, and that has nothing to do with you. I shouldn't have to explain to you who I am because God is the one who made who I am. Never, I'm telling you the truth, never in a million years. Never. These crooks and thieves. Never, Justin. Never. This is how they want to steal from black people now. Well, this is how Justin wants to steal from me. I'm breaking it down. Doing witchcraft on divine feminine. That's the new low that these racists have reached. Right? When are you gonna leave Hollywood? Cause you're just like you're a stupid clown. Like, when are you gonna leave Hollywood? The more you keep doing it, I have to keep exposing it because it's not true. Eh? You're not true, Justin. You're not. You're not the truth. You're not telling any truths. If you're my enemy, just come and say it. I'm her enemy. You don't need to hide anymore because I see you. Come show me that you're my enemy. Go and tell people, go make a video and say that you don't like black Jews. Just say it. That air of mystery, it needs to be revealed that you don't like black Jewish women. Just say it. And say that you're jealous of black Jewish women. It needs to come out of your mouth. The air needs to be cleared. People prefer clarity than all these delusional lies that you're putting out on the internet. People prefer to hear how you actually feel about other people in society. You don't need to hide it. People need to see and hear exactly the type of who you actually identify with in this lifetime, because you obviously don't identify with me. With him, it's like some weird, psychotic, delusional fantasy dream of him dreaming to be a black Jewish woman and dreaming to live her life and live her kid's life. That's the type of fuckery that's coming out of your mind. How dare you bring that thought form to West Hollywood, Justin Bieber? How dare you? You are low. People need to see that you're a sick individual. People need to see that truth. Stupid, man. I want my money back. Being honest with you, I want my money back. He's a shapeshifter. Trying to shape shift himself through my old past life. You know, that's very serious Akashic record tampering, and that's something that you should not have done that. That's very illegal. High record tampering. This is what he's paying for over there. Because he wanted to see what the black Jewish women were doing back in the day. You're stupid as hell, man. You should have been worried about what you and your ancestors were doing back in the day. Don't worry about what we were doing. That's done. It's been done, Justin. It's been done. That's not your life. That's not your past life. My ancestors in spirit and truth need to deal with you. Sitting there trying to copy a black Jewish woman. You can't do that, Justin Bieber. You cannot. You cannot take a black Jewish woman's ancestor records. You cannot tell that narrative. You cannot have that story, and you cannot have that life because you don't come from the blood. The blood came from the blood of Jesus. And if you don't have that blood from the blood of Jesus, that makes you a liar. You're a shape-shifting liar. You cannot live that way. You can't tell that story. You cannot pay for black Jewish records, Justin Bieber. You cannot. That's illegal. This is how they want to go against God, by going against a black Jewish woman. This is what they do. Eh? You don't have my federation's energy. I come from the Lionsgate Federation. You don't have our blood. Someone needs to tell you. You cannot claim to be a part of the Lionsgate Federation, Justin Bieber. And you can't have any type of association with it. You can't be recognized that way. And people cannot look at you that way. You don't have the consciousness. You didn't grow up in that environment. You didn't grow up in that type of household. You need to stop being stupid and recognize the fact that you are not my blood. You're not. Okay? He can't, they don't have our forms of communication. You know? Just like every divine person has a certain speech, a certain, it's an ancestral language. You know, we have our own ways of doing things. He didn't come from it. No. Yeah. These people, they can't deal with the world. They can't. Nah. They're not dignified. They're not dignified enough. They don't have respect. They don't have respect for people of the world, so they can't carry anything like, they can't carry any type of worldly perspective, you know? All you want to do is just bind yourself to me. You're not authentic, Justin. You're not. Someone needs to tell you, man. You're not real. You know, you still want to sit down and trap a black Jewish woman to binding spells because he wants stuff. No, you have to give it back. Those aren't your records. You have to return the money. God said, no, you cannot keep those monies. Ancestral money, blood money, you cannot keep it. It has to be returned. We're here on this planet to manage resources. I'm not your resource, Justin Bieber. You need to return back my ancestral funds because you're not supposed to have it in this lifetime. You had your own job to do and you missed the mark. That's what you did. We don't deal with those type of drug addicts, alcoholics. That's We don't deal with that, you know? We don't deal with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I guess like the American term is like I would be like considered like an alien, right? So he doesn't have alien perspectives. You understand me? So in the same breath of me saying that you cannot colonize Mars in any angle, in any perspective, and the Most High sees you, Justin. You cannot do that in this life. We have our own work to do. We have our own messages. You understand me? Look how he's trying to like force the perception on the internet. Eh? It doesn't resonate with your face. The way how his face looks, my face is different from his face. It doesn't resonate. You can't sit around there trying to be an alien. You can't. Hey? Oh Lord. Anyway, that's my message for today. All these videos, every video that's evidence of spell work, that's the evidence of manipulation of Justin Bieber's unnatural distortions, forced manipulations, heavily distorted images. Hey, he's a snake. That's what he is. He's a snake. Yeah, he's a snake. He didn't come out. He didn't. When it comes to my blood, he didn't come out of our um he didn't come out of our consciousness. He didn't come out of the natural state of our ground. He wasn't like some people, everybody has different aspects to them. He wasn't raised or in our type of consciousness, you know so yeah. Yeah, we don't care about how, like, we don't care, Justin. You just need to stay away from us. You're not good for the world. All you want to do is take money, and that makes you a useless person. Eh? It's the timing, like the timing that he uses to create the illusions. Like I said, it's August 19th, and then he's posting. So from the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, the last couple days, he's been posting that Haley is giving birth and he's going to party. We all know that's a lie. Everybody knows that's a spell work. That's the illusion that you're putting on the internet, and it needs to be dealt with. That lie that you put on the internet, it needs to be dealt with, Justin. He's not natural. That's the issue with him. He's not natural. Yeah. Whole bunch of fake videos that he's trying to hide from everybody. You know? Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get off this internet now. But this is what he does. He thinks he can control my mind. This is a whole plot. This is what it is. This is the whole narrative. Eh? This type of I guess they would call it like a political apocalypse. Eh? Alien abduction narratives, Justin? Is that what it is? Eh? Is it environmental abuses, right? And I'm telling you, it's coming from the behaviors is coming from his culture. The culture over there of those people that he's around. Yeah, it's their views on how they look at a black person, you know? But what makes them stupid is that you're not supposed to. I don't know you. You don't know someone enough to judge a person like that. It takes you having to know the person to judge the person. But because you don't know me, you can't judge me on anything. You can't judge me on any astral plane, Justin. You don't know who I am. You did illegal tampering, all that witchcraft, all that stuff, trying to look into people's lives. That's all illegal. You don't actually know me as a person. You don't know me. There's no recollection that I've never had an encounter. I never crossed pathways with you. I never crossed paths with you. Everything you did was illegal. Right? Anyway, I'm just saying that to him is you can't improvise. Eh? When it comes to these narratives that you're pushing on the internet, you can't improvise, Justin. The people from the Lionsgate Federation, we don't owe you anything. We don't owe you a life. Even when we were in Canada, we don't owe you a life. That's something that was your mother and your father's responsibility to raise you up. Because you didn't come from our consciousness. So God never intended. You should have did witchcraft on me because God never intended for you to be raised up in my consciousness. That's why I don't know you. You know? And you trying to perpetuate this weird form of colonization on the internet, you shouldn't have did that. Because like when it comes to socialism of the past, like you weren't it. Yeah, they're not. Those are karmic, so they're just fly by nights. Like they just want to hear anything about anything, you know. But like when it comes to like moral codes and stuff, it doesn't come from people like that. It doesn't. They're not. They didn't come from like. They don't have those pro generative genetics, you know. They're not the ones that start the trends or anything like that. Those people, they don't. No, no, no. Eh? Anyway, Justin, my suggestion to you is to stop lying because you lie too much. When people lie too much, they just can't be respected anywhere and anything they do. There's no trust. There's no quality in the work that they put out. You know, you trying to play too much games. It invalidates you in terms of having a career. That's not a career. It's you playing sociopath on the internet, and that's low. Like put it this way, all these videos he put out is like him complaining about somebody that he doesn't know. Is you complaining about me on the internet. That's why you're putting all these videos, but you don't know me. How can you complain about someone you don't know? You complaining about someone you did witchcraft and someone you tampered with illegally, and you want to complain about all that illegal stuff that you did to me? That's how deranged and sick these people are. Okay? And you're complaining about it. You're complaining about me because I'm not your energy. It's totally different energy. It's energy that you don't possess naturally. It doesn't come from you, Justin. So you shouldn't be complaining about something that you're not. Don't compete where you can't compare. Hey, maybe you chose the wrong person to compete with, Justin. That's what you did. That's what he did. Hey? Oh Lord. You know? And what he did to me is subjugation. Everybody knows it and everybody can see it, you know? You want to capture me as a black Jew, Okay, and then you have all this examination and procedures, and then you over there having little fake conversations, little fake meetings, right? And then you wanted to go on tour, right? And then you did all that because you wanted other people to lose things, you wanted to steal, right? But you have to return back my money that deals with my ancestral Akashic records. You have to return that back. Those timelines are not your timelines. It doesn't matter if you wanted it. It's something that it doesn't associate with your blood, and that's why it has to be returned. It's not, it doesn't work with divine when it comes to universal purposes, right? When it comes to divine and the body of people, you cannot hold those timelines to yourself. You cannot be taking money like that, Justin. You have to return it back to me. You have to. You understand me? Because they don't communicate, they don't have our communications. This is the issue. Turkish people don't have our communications. They don't. It's totally different. I'm totally different. I'm totally unique. And my forms of consciousness is just something that you just don't have. Right? Our principles, what we stand on, is not what you have. Our principles came from divine. You just making up nothing, bull crap. A whole bunch of bull. Eh? Oh, Lord. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Anyway, Justin, I don't deal with psychotic people like you know, and these are the things that you did, and you have to take account. It has to go into account on record how what you did to instill harm on another person, you know. God knows you're a beast. God knows it. I know you're a beast. Eh? God knows this is way too much manipulation. Way too much. It's like he manipulated so much to the point where he doesn't even know himself anymore. When he wakes up, he's just trying to wake up in my consciousness. You want to wake up in another person's speech. You want to wake up in another person's walk. Way another person dresses. You want to wake all that type of psychotic mess. It's garbage, Justin. Hey? How you want to is the misuse and abuse of scriptural prophecies. That's your judgment. It has to do with God's interpretations, right, of what constitutes change. Our expressions, like, if you look at it, it's from a realm of, is a different form of Latin expression, right? So